Conan Exiles is getting a new update soon after a long wait. It's been 6 months since the last major patch, so when is this update coming and what can we expect? Today we're going to find out. This incoming patch was announced with the drop of a new dev kit update earlier this month, which, if you're unaware, is a software that modders make their mods in. A new dev kit update is usually a giveaway that there's some sort of patch coming to the main game, and that was then confirmed in the modding Discord server by Andy, who then reiterated on the forums that, indeed, this dev kit was for the August 2025 major update. This was then followed by a tweet from the Conan X account with the dev kit patch notes, alongside the official announcement of a planned update. So, what was in the dev kit? Well, there was a fair few things adjusted, tweaked or removed, but a lot of it is, frankly, meaningless to me. A lot of it refers to data tables, stuff like that, which are the things that mod devs would understand, but to a layman, like me, it doesn't really help with trying to get a preview of what's actually coming in this update. However, fortunately this is where a forum user named Zeva comes in. He's a mod developer too, and I believe has built many mods, including those to restore the old Purge, rebuild Al-Mariah, and the ever popular minimap mod. Being a mod dev, he of course probably understands this changelog way better than I can, and he took to the forums to note down some of the changes he'd noticed, and some that he speculated on. For the things that Zeva saw in the dev kit and is fairly sure are coming, they are as follows. Added a search bar to the construction hammer, finally, fixed humanoid corpse dismemberment, fixed non-weapon damage sources ignoring armour, so stuff like bombs, traps and so on, fixed maxed food health bonuses of 5%, removing other health bonuses when they expire, changed to a more detailed Purge FOB location search, which could help in finding spots for the Purge to spawn, though it would depend on why they failed to spawn in the first place. Added a capability of truncheons with 0 damage to apply effects. This apparently fixes the coup de grace. And finally, loot chests across the world can no longer be damaged. These are not player chests, these are like the actual loot chests in NPC camps and so on. As for the speculation, Zeva listed a few based on the asset lists and what known issues are associated with them. In this case, he thinks the following is possible. Cats may no longer be able to open doors. There could be some other potential Purge changes to ensure a successful spawn and the Purge actually launching, possibly some fixes with the respawn location selector and associated spawn points, and finally possibly fixing some priests praying at the wrong altars. He also noted that there was some bar fight things deleted from the tavern. This is nothing to do with being able to punch patrons to make them leave your tavern, but instead there was apparently an unimplemented bar fighting system that looks to have now been scrapped. There was also some Dark Dregs stuff, a new version of the Dregs dungeon that was discovered in the dev kit a while ago, but Zeva isn't sure if it's really indicative of much. Though some of the related assets have been touched, he's not certain it's going to be released in this update just based on that alone. Do bear in mind, I think Zeva is quite a reliable source as a mod developer, but we've not heard any of this from funcom themselves, so I'd always just remain cautious of what's in this patch until we hear it from the devs. It really is just the safest route. As for when this update will be releasing, it's most likely coming this month, August 2025, at least that's the current plan according to the X post. No word on if there's a public beta client run for this update, likely not based on the phrasing, but it is coming at some point in August. There will almost certainly be more in this patch than what Zeva found on the forums, or at least I hope so, but of course we'll have to wait for the full patch notes to see what's actually included. As always, I'll be covering those when they release, and the fallout of this patch in general, good or bad, when it does come out. Anyway, that's about all for today. I wanted to cover this news a little earlier than I have, but it's been a really busy time for me lately, though it's kind of a good thing I waited. Zeva's investigation is some really useful information that kind of helps to demystify some of the dev kit notes and make it a bit easier to understand for non-modders. Anyway, that will wrap us up. Thanks for watching, and a massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Do check out the Patreon page through the link in the description. There's early access to videos, build blueprints, wallpapers, video credits and much more, and joining us helps out the channel massively. Take care, and I'll see you soon.